Hey YouTubers, here is a Smith Wesson M&P Shield. It's the 9mm. This box comes with all the accompaniments. NRA, 10 bucks off. By the way, if you're not a member of the NRA, do it. Realize the NRA is not perfect, but it's the best shot we got out there. I'm a life member. I have been for a few years now. Here's the instruction manual. Lock. Here is the gun. Comes with 2 magazines, one 8-round extended and one 7-round. This is, as I said, it's a 9mm. It's a 40 Smith & Wesson is available. It's striker fired, polymer, has a stainless steel slide. It's coated. It's a very durable slide. Smith & Wesson makes very good coating, corrosion resistant. You don't have to worry about rust, anything like that. The barrel on it is 3.1 inches long. Overall length is 6.1 inches. Has a sight radius of 5.3 inches, which is a pretty good sight radius for a handgun this size. The height is 4.6 inches and it's 0.95 inches thick, which is pretty thin. It weighs 19 ounces unloaded. The trigger on it is 6.5 pounds and it's got a very good trigger. It's short and it has a very crisp reset. And it's 6.5 pounds, but it doesn't really feel like it. It's just a good trigger. It's smooth, there's no grit in it. It's got a short amount of take up and then bam. And it also has a great reset, unlike the full-size M&P. That's one thing I wish the full-size M&P had. Now overall, I would say the trigger itself feels a lot like the full-size M&P trigger, which, like I said, is a pretty good trigger, but it's an outstanding trigger for a subcompact, because most subcompacts do not have good triggers at all. Has low profile controls. Here's the slide lock, the takedown. Both are almost the same controls as the full-size M&P. And then we have the little safety here. Little thumb safety. The other safety is the trigger. You actually have to pull the trigger for it to fire. So you can't, if you're not pulling the trigger, it's not going to accidentally go off. You can drop it, whatever. It's got a fire pin block. It's not going to fire unless you pull the trigger. The sights on it are non-adjustable. 2 rear dot sights that are white and 1 front white dot sight. Overall, I like the sights. I think they're really good sights. They're substantial. You'd actually be able to do, shoot at a little bit of range with these if you had to. Now in the self-defense role, of course, it's meant for close up, but if you were at the range just generally shooting, you can actually push the distance back a little bit and shoot a little bit farther than some of the other handguns. They have the tiny little sights. Smith & Wesson Shield is made in the US and it comes with a Smith & Wesson lifetime service policy. So if something goes wrong with it, they'll take care of it for you. Now, a few things. What I really like about this gun, what stands out on it. I think overall, the trigger is nice. I really like the trigger. Like I said, it's similar to the full-size M&P, which means that it's a very good trigger for a subcompact. As compared to the other subcompacts that I have fired and I own, this one here, this trigger rates up with the best of them. It's short, it's crisp, doesn't feel heavy. It's got a great reset on it, and it's a very audible reset. You hear that click. And when I'm shooting it, you'll hear that click, and that's what that is. And what I also like about this, it does not have a mag disconnect, so it will fire without a magazine in, which I like. I especially like that when I'm doing doing takedown when you're taking this apart. You don't have to have the magazine in to pull the trigger, because it is required to pull the trigger on this to disassemble it. Another thing I like about this is the ergonomics. I feel like it fits in my hand really well, even with the regular size, the standard magazine in it. And with the extended mag, it feels almost like a full size. It fits really well. So, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. And it also, when I raise it up, it raises to the target very well. It's quick for me to put my sights on. So that's something I really like. What I also like about this, I feel like it has good sights on it. And it's also, the final thing, it's easy to shoot. It handles the recoil very well. What I don't like about it, what a few things I think it can be improved upon. First and foremost, for me, and this is a big thing, I do not like this safety. It's very small, and for me, it's hard to thumb it back up. It's very hard. If I had gloves on, I don't even know if I'd be able to do it. Like right now, I'm having a hard time with it. If I were to pull this up, I wouldn't feel, if I had to deploy this handgun in the self-defense situation, I wouldn't feel comfortable that I could take this safety off. So I wish they did include the safety. Second thing, and this is a minor thing, the front edge of the sight I wish was squared off so that you could load the pistol one-handed in case you ever need to fight with it one-handed. It would be nice if that leading edge was squared off a little bit. As it is, it's extremely smooth and would be nearly impossible to try to cock that one-handed. I've tried. It's very difficult. I have become a big fan of the M&P line of firearms. I love their pistols. In fact, I think the M&P 9 that I have, I think that Smith Wesson makes the best polymer American-made handguns. I think they're excellent handguns. And the M&P Shield, I really, really, really like it. This would become, I could easily see this fitting a role as the primary or only concealed carry handgun. It's an excellent gun. It's an excellent choice to carry. The first 50 rounds I put through this, I did have a few malfunctions, and in fact it was in general about one malfunction per magazine. So when I got done at the range, I contacted Smith & Wesson. They said it's not an issue. They said it normally you want to put about 100 to 200 rounds through it to break it in. So I went back to the range, I put another 100 rounds through it, and out of that 100 rounds, I would say I had one issue, one malfunction. Bad thing is the malfunction actually happened when I was filming. I shot the whole time, no issue, and then when I filmed, I had one malfunction. So, and right now I'm at 150 rounds. Now, the next rounds I put through, no issues at all. So, it is broken in. No more issues. It's reliable, and I do trust and believe with the reputation of what I have shot through my M&P, my other Smith & Wessons. I won't have another issue with it again. So, reliability-wise, Smith & Wesson M&P makes an excellent product. You'll never have to worry about that. Of the subcompacts that I have personally fired, I would rank this with the top of them. Better than most, up there with the elite subcompacts that I've fired, the really good ones. So I would highly recommend it. I'm sure you've heard of it by now if you're in the gun community for a while. It's pretty well publicized handgun. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you've seen it around the internet. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you have any questions, let me know. Semper Fi.